Hello, kind citizens. It is I, the Good Brother, reporting to you from Area 7-50-7 TV. Y'all, we are at another episode. And the title of this episode is called The Gatekeepers. I'm about to piss a lot of people off, but guess what? Y'all know the motto for season 2. We don't give a fuck. And shout out to Jeremy Corbell. This is why I follow him, who leaks a lot of good UFO footage and his show Weaponized with George Knapp, y'all. On I think they did an episode about 2 weeks ago where he was talking about, subpoenaing non-compliant witnesses, people that are going to be combative, that have firsthand knowledge, but, don't want to testify. Kind of like Congress did back in the 50s, 60s, 40s with the mob bosses where, they would subpoena them, have them come and testify before the public. So I love this. Thank you, Jeremy. And trust me, I am going to show you the gatekeepers. No longer they're going to be able to hide behind the scenes. I want y'all to know the people that are blocking UAP disclosure, that's fighting against it. So that way maybe you can reach out to them and ask them why. But without further ado, let's cut to a scene from Weaponized when Jeremy is breaking this down for you. And pay attention. This is my boy. I love this. He's speaking my language.
The interest is there. And so I've been thinking recently, one of the things that we might want to push for is non-cooperative witnesses. I have and can provide a list of people with direct firsthand knowledge who are not willing to come forward just on their own volition. However, because of their knowledge, if people want to get to the bottom of it within government, they should subpoena these people. I mean, they should subpoena them and just ask them. It doesn't need to be public necessarily. So I am pushing for that. I am pushing to at least have the questions asked. And I think you and I talking with, members of government and being like, look, here are the people. You can call them personally. However, you might have to take the next step and subpoena people. I think that a hearing of non-compliant people, is going to be probably the next hearing, or it should be the next hearing, is really put people under the microscope there. Ask them what's going on about the UFO topic. I don't know. I think that's probably going to be the next one, because a lot of the people that would be willing, a lot of the people that David Grush has.
All right, so you just heard from my boy Jeremy Corbell breaking it down, and I agree with him wholeheartedly. And again, without further ado, let's introduce the gatekeepers that are blocking this bill. These motherfuckers right here, y'all. And you see it, and they're all Republican, of course. They got the R next to the name. And Mike Turner, Mike Rogers, all these motherfuckers, y'all. Mike Turner, the sad thing, he's out of Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. And anybody, all us in the UFO community, we know they're synonymous with UFOs, y'all. A lot of down crap have been taken to this Air Force Base. So you can understand why we think it's a joke when he comes out there and say, hey, there's nothing that, see here, he blocks every fucking bill. Why? I guarantee you, there's probably a fucking UFO at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base right now. Guarantee it. It's like him coming out saying there's nothing to see here is like John Gotti coming out the Ravenite Social Club in New York, FBI out there like, hey, there's nothing to see here, guys. We're legitimate business here. What are you talking? Why are you bothering me? Like it's a joke, y'all. So again, don't listen to me. Listen to Danny Sheehan. I'm going to play a video of him breaking it down, how they're blocking the bill, a bipartisan bill where we have good Republicans that are for, like Tim Burchett, shout out to him, Luna, but these are people here. These gatekeepers are the ones blocking. You need to write them if you're in their districts. Why don't you want us knowing the truth? Why are you not for UAP disclosure, UFO disclosure, when a lot of Republicans are? A lot of Democrats are. This is a bipartisan bill, y'all. But here's Danny Sheehan giving you the tea.
And we know that we over on the House side of the 435 members of the House over there, we had basically like 430 of them agreeing to pass this. And it was specifically, we've talked about it in the past, it was Michael Turner, who is the Republican chair of the House Intelligence Committee, who comes from the 10th Congressional District in Ohio, which is where Wright-Patterson Air Force Base is, where we know the original craft, the crash at Roswell back in July of 1947 was taken to Wright Field. And that's been historically a place where there's been major efforts going on there to reverse engineer that technology and other UFO craft that have been, quote, recovered down through the decades. And so that he's a major pawn of that particular military base and the aerospace corporations that are there. Lockheed Martin, a number of other major aerospace corporations that are trying to back engineer the UFO technology, all hover right around the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in the 10th Congressional District of Ohio. So they've gotten dug in deeply to Mike Turner, and he's opposing it, opposing anything basically. And the same thing is true of Mike Rogers, who's over in the 2nd Congressional District in Alabama, where the Redstone rocket test facility is, where they're trying to test the propulsion systems of the UFOs to see if they can make them available to propel nuclear weapons into China or into Russia, within a matter of minutes. That's so he's also, so we know specifically where the very specific points are of those individuals who are playing the definitive role in trying to block the bill. But even with their resistance, we have succeeded over on the House side, as you'll remember, in getting a very substantial portion of the Senate bill passed, and that is the one that mandates that all of the military services and intelligence agencies and Defense Department agencies, all of them are presently under a standing order from Congress signed by President Biden last year on December 22nd to gather together every single piece of information they have about the UFO phenomenon that they have acquired and ever possessed since January 1st of 1945. They're under that order, and they are mandated to have all of that prepared by October 20th. We had computed it out earlier, it maybe being October 18th, but they have acknowledged that they have to have all of this prepared by October 20th of this year. And the Senate bill mandated that they turn it over immediately on October 20th to the National Archives. The House has changed that language. Instead of saying they have to turn it over immediately, they have to turn over all that information as soon as possible. Now, there is a difference in that language, and it's been of some concern to us, but we're all the new.
All right, so again, you just heard from Danny Sheehan on the UFO podcast, who is another great show that I watch with Andy and them. There's some great information, y'all. They're always digging for the truth, and I appreciate the guests they bring on. And Danny is breaking it down. You're hearing it from a lawyer himself. And shout out the New Paradigm Institute. Follow them on Instagram and their link to, they have the funding. They're working behind the scenes to get these laws passed, to give the people disclosure. So shout out to him and the hard work he's done. You're going to see a lot of Danny Sheehan in the future. I'm going to be posting a lot of his videos. And again, follow New Paradigm Institute. They're big. They have the funding. They have the answer, Now, finally, again, you might see the shirt I'm rocking. Imminent. Inside the Pentagon's Hunt for UFO, which is a new book that just dropped from Lou Elizondo just the other day. Depending on when I drop this, I'm shooting this Friday, so it may come out Saturday or Sunday. But this book is hot, y'all, and Lou confirmed a lot of things I've already knew. And this is an amazing book, speaking from somebody that worked for these special access programs, inside information that worked from the Pentagon. You want inside information, somebody with firsthand knowledge. Lou is giving it to you, y'all. So read this book, and he confirmed a lot of things I've already knew. But it was some amazing stuff that was in here. And I don't want to be no spoiler, but I'm actually post something where Lou was speaking about the book and an incident that happened. So again, listen to his story. And again, this is somebody with firsthand knowledge that has read those secret reports, the redacted information on FOIA that we can't see, that's blacked out. Lou knows this. So again, it's more coming with this. I'm just so glad. We've been waiting years for this book to drop. So here's Lou Elizondo speaking of situations, things that he's had. And again, this will be in the book. I'm not going to spoil it for y'all, but here's Lou in his own words. Check out this situation.
Experience, my family, my kids, my wife, some neighbors saw these green little diffuse balls of light, luminous balls of light. Think of a volleyball, but without hard edges, right? Floating through the house. You can call them an orb, I guess. You can call them, maybe some sort of drone or remote operated vehicle. I've never seen anything like it. But I guess some people describe it as like ball lightning, maybe. But a diffuse green